So, hello, we are back in the basement yet again. I feel like this is just where I exist now. At least, until Christmas is over. And maybe even beyond that. I'm having a lot of fun doing this whole crafting thing. I don't know how good any of it is turning out, but I'm having fun with it, and I think that's the important thing in crafting. So, I bought at the dollar store these fillable ornaments. And I had also bought this weird, like, tinsel stuff. And I have a lot of different paints. And I figured we would just kind of play with it a little bit. I have some ideas. I've seen some of these fillable ornaments on Christmas trees before that were really, really pretty. Do I know if I am going to be able to make these really, really pretty? I don't know. But you know what? I think the joy behind Christmas and just doing all of this is discovery. And that's kind of what I want to do. Also, these are taped at the bottom, and I feel like that might be something I want to leave there. But what I really want to find out is, yeah, that will fit. Maybe I harvested a bunch of these pine cones, and I sent a bunch of them off to one of my friends who also does a lot of crafting, and hopefully they'll get there. All of the packages I sent off, even though I think I sent everything off in plenty of time, has been delayed. Like, it was all supposed to be there this week, and none of it has actually made it to any of its intended recipients yet. It's the price of this time of year. So what I was thinking is that this tinsel I could kind of chop up and make snow in the bottom, and then maybe take one of these little pine cones, and I want to frost it a little bit. So I've got just some Elmer's glue, and I've got a tiny bit of glitter left. Not much. I used most of my glitter already. I need to go get more crafting supplies. So what I'm going to do is flip you guys around so that you can actually see like what I'm doing. And then we're just gonna play and hope and see what we end up with, you know? So let me do that. Oh my goodness, this table is terrible, but that's okay. It's a crafting table, and that is just kind of what they're like. Now, I do have a dumb little paintbrush that I'm going to try to apply this glue with. I'll probably just end up giving up and doing it with my fingers. I don't know, it seems to be working. So I'm just gonna kind of paint glue, not over the whole thing. I don't think it has to be completely coated. I just want enough so that my glitter sticks where I want it to stick. I've painted a few of these pine cones before, and they look really pretty even when you just paint like the tips of them. I also have some of them put to one side that are just going to be coated in peanut butter and rolled in birdseed for my little critter friends outside. But this one is gonna be glitterified. And hopefully, oh, by the way, if you're going to paint with a paintbrush glue, I mean, you can clean the glue out of it, but use kind of a paintbrush that you're not worried about. Because if you use a paintbrush that you're very much attached to, odds are it's going to get completely messed up. Ooh, that's pretty. I like glitter. I might be one of the few people who unironically just really likes glitter. But I've always liked glitter. It's very pretty. All right. And it makes you sparkle. Okay, so this guy just needs to go over here and dry for a little while while I decide what I want to do with this ball. I'm thinking if I put the chopped up stuff in the bottom of it and then we nestle the pine cone on, maybe even use some of the little clippings from my Christmas tree last night, that could be cool looking. Or it could be absolutely ridiculous. Who knows? I certainly don't. But we'll find out together. Also, I have no idea if this is just going to be an utter and complete mess, but we'll find out. It's kind of like giving a haircut, but crazier. Oh, that is, I mean, it kind of works. I think if you had like fake snow, this would also work, but I want glitter. And so that's what I'm going to go for. Also, I probably won't make you guys sit and watch while I chop glitter for the next 10 minutes. So I'll pause you, and once I have a lot of chops, we'll see this again. All right, did that take entirely too long, and was it a little bit too messy? Probably. But I now have a ball that is about halfway filled with the glitter tinsel. Although I was thinking when I was doing it, and maybe I'll do it with the second one, that it would probably be easier just to lay the tinsel in there. But you know what? You live and you learn. Now I'm thinking a couple of these little pieces of greenery would be pretty. I love how they have hot glue strings on them. This is not terribly surprising. All right, and then we will take our little pine cone and just kind of lay him right in there. And then we're going to close this up. And then what I was thinking, just to kind of put sort of the final touch to it, at least for me. All right, now that the water pump has decided to turn off again, we can finish this with putting him right in there. I think you could probably put a little dollop of hot glue in there. But then what I was thinking is just put a light layer of my glitter paint along the bottom, just to kind of make it pretty. And if I had good handwriting, I would stencil something like Happy Holidays or whatever on here. I don't. My handwriting is terrible. So I am going to put a little blob of paint on here and just kind of spread it around so it looks like there's snow on the bottom. Or maybe I'll do the whole thing. I don't know if the paint ever comes out of this thing. This is the problem with doing stuff semi-live. Can I hit pause? Yes. Am I going to? Only for very loud noises. All right, let me get that out of the way, and let's just, oh, you know what? I think I am. I think I'm going to put this over the whole ball so that it has a little bit of glitter, but not a lot. I don't know. Do I actually know what I'm doing? Of course I don't. I never know what I'm doing. And sometimes it turns out kind of cool. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it turns out absolutely terrible. And then I'm embarrassed, but not humiliated. You know, it's funny. I was playing World of Warcraft last night, which is one of my favorite things to do. It's kind of what I just do to relax. And I was sitting at a role play event, which is a nightly event on the server that I'm on. And I made some comment about being old. Because, I mean, compared to a lot of the World of Warcraft players, I am old. All right, let's take a look at this guy. I kind of like it. I mean, it's not perfect, like me, but it's also kind of cool. We'll see what it looks like when it dries, and we'll do another one. Anyway, I made a comment that I think is very true, that probably the most freeing thing that I have found about getting older is I've stopped caring as much what everybody thinks about me. Like, if I'm having fun with something, I'm just going to do it. And if nobody else likes it, it is what it is. I think this one is going to be just greenery and natural pine cones. I also kind of am wondering if I should maybe have put hot glue into this, but I feel like everything I've done lately has been just nothing but hot glue, which is getting a little silly. I really like these. I think you could fill them with like little toys for your kids, almost an alternative to a stocking, and that could be kind of fun. So I think I'm going to put this little pine cone in there. And then we're going to try just a little bit of this, but kind of balled up. I don't know. I actually have plans, if I ever make it into town, for two different styles of luminaries. I just need to get a couple of things, not much, and they will also be a very cheap and easy craft, but I am missing a couple of things. Ooh, I almost like this one better once I trim the edges. There we go. Oh, I like that. I have no qualms, and it does look kind of neat. Actually, I'm going to, I want the glitter stuff to be more around the bottom. So we'll just do that. And I realize that you guys are now stuck on my face rather than on the actual ornament again, because I am a professional YouTuber. No, I'm not. I can't even make that claim. All I can claim is I'm just some lady who's having a lot of fun trying to think of fun things to do. And now I have more of this stuff outside of my ball. I kind of like that though. That's kind of pretty. I don't know. I do like these, and I do like the fact that they were 2 for $1. That makes me happy. I wonder... We're going to try one more thing. Hold on. We're going to take this guy back out, because I think that's where I messed up. I think it should have gone pine branches, then tinsel, then pine cone. See, this is a learning channel. I bet you didn't know that. This is a learning channel as much for me as for anybody else. All right. There we go. Try and push it all into the ball. And then we'll put the pine cone in after it. I feel like that's going to work a little bit better. Make sure that all the branches go in there. And then make sure that the edges actually line up. make sure that the edges actually... Why is this so hard to do? You wouldn't think that matching up the... There we go, I think. And then I have to trim tinsel again. All right, well, you know what? Maybe fake snow would have been a better idea inside of these. Probably. But I don't hate it. Which I feel like is just something I say a lot. I'm like, I don't hate it. But it's true. I don't hate it. Ooh, that's... I don't know which one I like better. I mean, this obviously you would have to make sure that it was hanging from the right angle. But, and I think I'm going to do one more thing to this, but I have to heat up my hot glue gun, so give me a second. All right, hot glue gun activated, so let's shift back down and see if this works out the way I want it to. Back to hand camera. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to take this ribbon that kind of matches and get a decent length of it over here, maybe about that much. And then I'm going to find the middle, hopefully, and we're going to glue it around the seam of this ball. Everybody cross your fingers that this actually works. I'm not going to do it in big chunks at a time either, because I feel like that is just begging for disaster. But yeah, all right, that has secured. Now I'm also going to try and like pull some of the glue so it's not so blobby. And then we're going to go again at the top of the ball. So I probably should look up tutorials on this stuff. I never do. I just kind of like to wing it on this whole crafting idea. I don't know whether that's good or bad, but that's just kind of my way of doing things. It's probably bad. I don't know. Little dollop there. We're gonna bring you right up onto... I end up with so much hot glue all over me. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting what I'm putting down here. I do want to be able to hang this. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to try to make not really a bow so much as like a little knot. Except it's going to be a knot probably made of glue, because I can't do a bow to save my life. I have looked at a bazillion different bow tutorials, and I've never been able to figure them out. So I'm going to do another little dot of glue right there. And this is either going to look okay or it's going to look horrible. I don't know which. We'll find out. I should just call this experimenting in crafting with Christine. Does it look good? Does it look bad? Do we actually know? Do we have hot glue strings everywhere that I'm going to have to like trim very soon? Yes, yes we do. All right, I now have, oh, actually that doesn't look bad at all. I don't hold it in the right spot so that you guys can't actually see it, because I am a professional at this. I like that. I might do a little bit of curling and removing hot glue strings and just kind of curl these ribbons a little bit. I think that would make them very, very pretty. Please don't let this pull off. Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted. And then you can just kind of uncurl a little bit just to make them look pretty. And I've got glue strings everywhere, but at the same time, I think I like it. And there we go. We did a couple of fillable ornaments. One is a frozen snowball with pine cone inside, and the other one is an unfrozen snowball with pine cones inside. I like them. Are they perfect? No. Nothing I ever do is perfect. But yet another fun little craft that you could probably do with just about anybody, using just about anything. Like, I used the pine cones and the pine branches because that's what I have a lot of. But you could fill these with candy. If you fill them with candy, don't hot glue it shut. That would be silly. You could fill them with little toys. You could paint them. I saw one that somebody painted the inside with swirls of glitter that was really pretty. And it's a fun project that you can do and keep a customized ornament just for you. Anyway, enough of that. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please do hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, because why not? It's free, and I will see you guys tomorrow.